What's up, everybody? How you all doing? We're back again with another one, and today we're checking out EMINEM, the kids, the explicit version. I don't want to waste any time. I just want to dive into the bars. So with that said, without further ado, let's dive in. Let's get it. Let's get to the bars.
And everyone should get
along.
Okay, children, quiet down, quiet down. Children, I'd like to introduce our new substitute teacher for the day. His name is Mr. Shady. Children, quiet down, please. Brian, don't throw that.
So we've got the whole South Park theme going on here with that character from South Park, Mr. Mackey, and you know, who goes in lecture like that segment in the South Park episode. Remember, you got Mr. Mackey who tries to lecture the kids about talking about how drugs are bad. And really, that was just like a sort of sacrificial kind of take on like how the adults and these like teachers and stuff to try and tell the kids, you know, to preach and say, look, drugs are bad, okay? Don't do drugs, just say no. You know, that whole, just say no to drugs and say no. When they're really completely fucking clueless, because they're probably either doing it themselves or they're just so like clueless to how things are really in the streets and the peer pressure of being forced into it. You know, and which these like teachers and stuff that try to tell you, just say no to drugs. You know, just say no. If you ever offered any drugs, just say no. Like, it's that simple. Yeah.
Children, I'd like to introduce our new substitute teacher for the day. His name is Mr. Shady. Children, quiet down, please. Brian, don't throw that.
Shut up!
Mr. Shady will be your new substitute while Mr. Kniff is out with pneumonia.
He's got AIDS.
Good luck, Mr. Shady. Hi there, little boys and girls.
Fuck you.
Today we're gonna learn how to poison squirrels. But
okay, hello there, little boys and girls. Fuck you. I love that the ad lib. I love it.
Hi there, little boys and girls.
Fuck you.
Today we're gonna learn how to poison squirrels. But first, I'd like you to meet my friend Bob. Say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Bob's 30 and still lives with his mom. He don't got a job, cause Bob sits at home and smokes pot. But his 12-year-old brother looks up to him an awful lot. And Bob likes to hang out at the local waffle spot and wait in the parking lot for waitresses off the clock. When it's late and the lot gets dark, and fake like he walks his dog. Drag him in the woods and go straight to the chopping block. And even if they escaped and they got the cops, the ladies would all be so afraid they would drop the charge. To one night, Mrs.
I like how EMINEM has always got this this character called Bob. Bob, of all people, Bob. You know, so it's a 30-year-old pot smoker who loses his mind, kills waitresses, name stated, dumps her in the lake. I love the EMINEM, how EMINEM's taking this. You know, it's not just like coming out. This is not like an anti-drug song. I think this is more talking about the real target on this. I think is the hypocrisy. So you got most of these adults who say, "Oh, just say no to drugs," and try to preach that message and push that anti-drug message, and they're probably using drugs themselves. So it's crazy. It's just crazy. Like, you see the hypocrisy.
Spot and wait in the parking lot for waitresses off the clock. When it's late and the lot gets dark, and fake like he walks his dog. Drag him in the woods and go straight to the chopping block. And even if they escaped and they got the cops, the ladies would all be so afraid they would drop the charge. To one night, Mrs. Stacy went off the job when she felt someone grab her whole face and said not to talk. But Stacy knew it was Bob and said knock it off. But Bob wouldn't knock it off cause he's crazy and off his rocker. Crazy good as Slim Shady is off the blocker.
I love it. I love the rhyme schemes. Well, I'll just look at the multi-syllable rhyme schemes as well. Because he knew it was Bob and told him to knock it off, but Bob wouldn't knock it off because it's crazy enough his rocker. Crazier than Slim Shady is off the vodka. I just love it. I love that. That's just that multi-syllable rhyme scheme right there. It's quality.
Grab her whole face and said not to talk. But Stacy knew it was Bob and said knock it off. But Bob wouldn't knock it off cause he's crazy and off his rocker. Crazy good as Slim Shady is off the blocker. You couldn't even take him to Dre's to give Bob a doctor. He grabbed Stace by the leg as he chopped it off her and dropped her off in the lake for the cops to find her. But ever since the day Stacy went off to wander, they never found her, and Bob still hangs at the Waffle Diner. And that's the story of Bob and his marijuana and what it might do to you. So see if this world's born in this path. See children drugs are buying, and if you don't believe me, ask your dad.
Oh, this song just cracks me up. This cracks me up. So it's really like leaning into the South Park character, Mr. Mackay. Mr. Mackay. Is it Mr. Mackay or Mr. Mackey? Mr. Mackey. So it's like the first verse was about Bob and his marijuana, and yeah, it's like Eminem's just really going after like the adult hypocrites who say that drugs are bad, and all of that, and the fact that like his character Bob is he's 30 years old, so he's a fucking fully grown adult, and he's doing drugs. And you know, see the hypocrisy. It's like, how can you preach to the kids and tell them not to do something when you're a fully grown adult and you're doing the same thing? You know what I mean? How can you preach one for what? You know what I mean? The hypocrisy. And I love that Eminem's using this song, like the theme from South Park, to really to really poke fun, and or not really just not just poking fun, but just pointing out the hypocrisy. Like you're a fully grown adult, you're supposed to know better than you shouldn't be taking drugs, but yet you're trying to preach to people. You're trying to preach to the kids about not taking drugs, and you're a fully grown adult and you're doing the same thing. So the hypocrisy is astounding.
Ever since the day Stacy went off to wander, they never found her, and Bob still hangs at the Waffle Diner. And that's the story of Bob and his marijuana and what it might do to you. So see if this world's born in this path. See children drugs are buying, and if you don't believe me, ask your dad. And if you don't believe him, ask your mom. She'll tell you how she does them all the time. So kids say no to drugs, so you don't act like everyone else does. And there's really nothing else to say. Drugs are just bad and kind. My penis is the size of a peanut. Have you seen it? Fuck no, you ain't seen it. It's the size of a peanut. Speaking of peanuts.
Okay, I think that's a little bit more information than one needed. His penis is the size of a peanut. Oh, do we really need to know that? That's a bit too much information there. Eminem, that was too much information, man.
Peanut, have you seen it? Fuck no, you ain't seen it. It's the size of a peanut. Speaking of peanuts, you know what else is bad for squirrels? Ecstasy is the worst drug in the world. If someone ever offers it to you, don't do it. Kids, 2 hits will probably drain all your spinal fluid. And spinal fluid is final, you won't get it back. So don't get attached, it'll attack every bone in your back. Meet Zach, 21 years old. After hanging out with some friends at a frat party, he gets bold and decides to try 5 when he's bribed by 5 guys. And peer pressure will win every time you try to fight it. Suddenly, he starts to convulse, and his pulse goes in a hyperdrive, and his eyes roll back.
I just love how the beat sort of changes when it goes into this like sort of like dramatic kind of scene. Like suddenly, he starts to convulse. His pulse goes into hyperdrive. You know, I love that. No, I think that's just quality. The production on it is quality, and the multi-syllable rhyme schemes. It's just quality. It's talking about the ecstasy being the worst drug in the world. You know, but this portion is talking about like the peer pressure. So it's like because he's at a party, and the peer pressure of the peers to take these drugs, ecstasy tablets, is you know, you sort of giving in to peer pressure, you know, and saying that to say no to drugs don't work. That does not work in the real world. It just doesn't work. And I like Eminem sort of pointing that out, and the whole hypocrisy, the whole thing.
Never offers it to you, don't do it. Kids, 2 hits will probably drain all your spinal fluid. And spinal fluid is final, you won't get it back. So don't get attached, it'll attack every bone in your back. Meet Zach, 21 years old. After hanging out with some friends at a frat party, he gets bold and decides to try 5 when he's bribed by 5 guys. And peer pressure will win.
I just love that. I love that rhymes game. Just because he decides to try 5 when he's deprived by 5 guys. And then suddenly it suddenly starts to convulse. I just love the multi-syllable rhymes game. It's just brilliant. You know, there's great storytelling as well, and you know what I mean, this is what makes EMINEM such a great lyricist and a great songwriter. Do you know what I mean? Because
spinal fluid, and spinal fluid is final. You won't get it back, so don't get attached. It'll attack every bone in your back. Meet Zach, 21 years old. After hanging out with some friends at a frat party, he gets bold and decides to try 5 when he's bribed by 5 guys. And peer pressure will win every time you try to fight it. Suddenly, he starts to convulse, and his pulse goes in a hyperdrive, and his eyes roll back in his skull. His back starts to look like the McDonald's arches. He's on Donald's carpet, laying horizontal barfing, and everyone in the apartment.
So it's a little like McDonald's arches. Is oh man, I just love that.
And his pulse goes in a hyperdrive, and his eyes roll back in his skull. His back starts to look like the McDonald's arches. He's on Donald's carpet, laying horizontal barfing, and everyone in the apartment starts laughing at him. Hey, Adam, Zach is a jackass, look at him. They took it too, so they think it's funny. So they're laughing at basically nothing except maybe wasting their money. Meanwhile, Zach's in a coma. The action is over, and his back and his shoulders hunched up like he's practicing yoga. And that's the story of Zach, the ecstasy maniac. So don't even feed that to squirrels, class. It's bad for you children.
Yeah, don't feed drugs to squirrels. Don't do that to squirrels. No drugs for squirrels.
Drugs are bad, and if you don't believe me, ask your dad. And if you don't believe him, ask your mom. She'll tell you how she does them all the time. So kids say no to drugs, so you don't act like everyone else does. And there's really nothing else to say. Drugs are just bad and good. And last but not least, one of the most humongous problems among young people today is fungus. It grows from cow manure. They pick it out, wipe it off, bag it up, and you put it right in your mouth and chew it. Yum, yum. Then you start to see some dumb stuff, and everything slows down when you eat some of them. And sometimes you see things that aren't there. Like what? Like fat women in G-strings but on hair. Mr. Shady, what's it?
Well, you start seeing what was that? You start seeing some strange things, like you hallucinate and you start to see things that aren't there. Like fat women in G-strings with orange hair. I've never done mushrooms, never done drugs. I've smoked some weed, but that's about it. Years ago, but yeah, I'm not into drugs myself. I can't stand it. But yeah, so I was talking about mushrooms. So this was magic mushrooms growing out of a cow manure. Really? It describes it as this wearing that drugs coming out of a cow's backside, basically. It's like there's warning kids that eating them makes you hallucinate. Who knows of things like fat women in G-strings with orange hair.
Some dumb stuff, and everything slows down when you eat some of them. And sometimes you see things that aren't there. Like what? Like fat women in G-strings but orange hair. Mr. Shady, what's a G-string? It's yarn, Claire. Women stick them up their behinds, go out and wear them, huh? And if you swallow too much of the magic mushrooms, whoops, did I say magic mushrooms? I meant fungus, your tongue gets all swole up like a cow's tongue. How come? Cause it comes from a cow's dump. See, drugs are bad, it's a common fact, but your mom and dad know that's all that I'm good at. But don't be me, cause if you grow up and you go in OD, you're gonna come for me, and I'ma have to grow a goatee and get a disguise and hide, cause it'll be my fault. So don't do drugs and do exactly as I don't, cause I'm bad for you. See, children, drugs are bad, and if you don't believe me, ask your dad. And if you don't believe,
I just love the hook, though. I just love the hook. It's like oh my days, it's like, if your drugs are bad, if you don't believe me, ask your dad, and if you don't believe him, ask your mum. She'll tell you how she does them all the time. I'm sorry, but the oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups. But the point of the song is to really just to point out the hypocrisy just what what the song sounds. It sounds like it's targeting drugs, but I think Eminem's like real to target really is, yeah, like I just mentioned, like the hypocrisy of the adult authority figures in the media throughout the song. Like what I mean, it sort of drops hints that adults preaching to the kids about not doing drugs, who are really completely clueless, or they're even doing it themselves. So it's, what I mean?
Be my fault, so don't do drugs and do exactly as I don't, cause I'm bad for you. See, children, drugs are bad. And if you don't believe me, ask your dad. And if you don't believe him, ask your mom. She'll tell you how she does them all the time. So kids, say no to drugs, so you don't act like everyone else does. And there's really nothing else to say. Drugs are just bad and good. Come on, children, clap along. Sing along, children. Drugs are just bad. So don't do drugs, so there'll be more for me.
Oh, just like that, and it's like, don't do drugs, so there's more for me. Poor old Kenny. Kenny always died in every episode of South Park. Why is it always Kenny? Kenny always died, but he always came back. Kenny would die in one episode, and then he'd be back in another episode. He'd die in there. Like, fucking hell. I feel like, I know they say a cat has got 9 lives. Kenny had about fucking 50 lives. It's like, damn. So yeah, that's Eminem, the kids, and I just think that was funny as fuck. It's a great track, and great lyricism, great storytelling, and this just shows just how good a storyteller Eminem is. He's using like South Park as the theme throughout the song, but the message is pointing out the hypocrisy between authority figures. They try and tell people like, it's just crazy. It's really, really good. I thought great storytelling, great rhyme writing, great everything. I thought that was fantastic. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll catch you again in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. Cheers. Peace. Like, share, subscribe if that's what you're into. But yeah, I'll catch you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. Cheers. Peace.